Well, Stephanie Jenkins really thinks she's doing something special for her kids. She put out a video and she claims that she's doing like this church night, like how it was in the 90s. My first question is this: how does Stephanie really know anything about the 90s when she wouldn't have been born until what, 95, 96? She's 30 years old, 30, 31. So she wasn't even born till the mid 90s. So what is she talking about how church nights were in the 90s? I don't know. But I suspect we clearly see that Deshawn is there. So, if it was just the regular kids there, of course they wouldn't got anything special. But Deshawn was there, so when he comes, she tries extra hard now in hopes that he'll go home and tell his mom, oh, we did this and we did that. And, her, Patty, always try to get something going. But I suspect that this was actually done for Addie's birthday, because we know her birthday has passed and she didn't get a birthday party or anything because, the car was broken down and they were struggling so bad for the 3 weeks. So, the birthdays kind of had to be put on hold and whatnot. So she sets up this whole thing. She says that it's too hot outside. So, that's why they did this too. So here is just a glimpse into what these kids' summer is going to be like. It's constantly going to be too hot. Here we are just the beginning of the summer and it's too hot. Got to keep them in the house. Kids don't mind heat like that. Kids can tolerate heat like that. So, that this is exactly what she did last year. She would keep them inside all day long because it was too hot, and she'd wait till the sun went down to let them go outside and play. So she has set up these different activities. She has like a guess how many cereal pieces in the bowl. She's got to memorize the Bible verse set up. Looks like she took a paper grocery bag and drew some kind of figure on it, and they're doing kind of like a pin the tail on donkey type game. She has like a Jenga game set up there. And she had a couple of snacks laid out in the pack and play that had maybe like some kind of string tied around them, and they were taking a baseball bat that she had rigged somehow and put a hanger at the end of this baseball bat to try to fish out the snacks out of the pack and play. Then she had something else, some questions, and she had a kid's Bible there where they could look it up and reference, find the answers. And then she's wearing a big piece of loose leaf paper on her neck that says staff, and she dishes up 3 ice creams. So my question is, where was Atlas's ice cream? And why didn't we see him in anything? We didn't see him trying to get out the snacks out of the pack and play. We didn't see him trying to play the Jenga. We didn't see him at all. So I don't get it. Like I said, I highly suspect this was also for Addie's birthday. And like I said, she tries to put on these special things when Deshawn is there. So my question is, though, it's the summer. Why doesn't she allow these kids to go to a real vacation Bible school, Bible study, whatever, vacation Bible study or Bible school, whatever they call it? Almost all churches have it, and most of them even offer free transportation. She could have let them kids go for a week. They could have hung out with kids their age. They could have had their snacks there or whatever and had a whole lot of fun while they were learning. While they were learning about Scripture and about Jesus. But no, she can't allow them to do anything outside of the home. And I always say, why? What is she so afraid of coming out that she cannot allow them children to be away from her? And why would she have a problem with sending them kids to vacation Bible study? I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And I've seen in her comments on FB, they're saying it's taking them 5 minutes to Google free things to do in the Portland area, and they are coming up with a whole list of things. They even have like a free zoo days there, different stuff going on in the libraries. They have all these different museums. They have like hiking trails there, different kinds of parks, ones where they can see flowers, all kinds of stuff. Different splash pads. But do you think she's going to take her kids? to any of this? No, because she's going to say she doesn't have a way there. And not too long ago, someone had posted, I don't know if it was from maybe one of her private groups or something, but she was talking about how disgusting public transportation is, like the buses. And she just is not comfortable taking her kids on public transportation. She's too bougie for public transportation, apparently. But yeah, that was their whole Bible study. And the reason I think there was partly for Addie's birthday is because I noticed we seen Bella and we seen Addie. And Addie had like a tiara on, like a cheap little plastic tiara. And Bella did not have that. So that's what makes me think that this was also for her, little bootleg birthday celebration for Addie. But it was just, I don't know. She really thought she was doing something. So then she puts up another video. This one that I just spoke of was on TikTok. Well, over on Facebook, she had that video plus another one. She says, when you're putting your kid's bike away, and you forget, and something about, she forgets how much she liked to ride a bike. So it's dark, and it shows her riding this bike. Now here's the thing. It has to be Deshaun's bike. Like he maybe brought it with him for his day or whatever. Or maybe this was over the weekend. Whatever. Like he brought the bike with him, because we know darn well that if Addie and Bella had bikes, we would have seen them way before this. We've never seen them with a bicycle, so it has to be Deshaun's bike. So she's riding this, thinking it looks cute. And she says she used to love riding a bike and how relaxing it is, and she completely forgot. Well, I really think that your other kids would really enjoy riding a bicycle. But more so than that, I think they'd enjoy having somewhere safe to ride the bicycles. I mean, look, we have Atlas, poor little Atlas. He probably doesn't even know how to ride a bicycle. We've never even seen him riding a little tricycle or anything. She can't even buy this kid a little tricycle or Hot Wheels or anything. And we got the two older girls who would absolutely love to ride a bicycle. But no, we can't have that for the kids. And then that video ends with her picking up a blanket from the yard, and she says she has to take the blanket in because the kids were sky gazing. So, you got them out there at night in, as she calls it, this sketch area of Portland, and we're outside at night laying on a blanket, sky gazing. She has no sense. Just like I said last summer, in all day, and they come out at night. And just like, she has openly said this is not a good area, but you're allowing your kids outside after dark. And I can almost guarantee that she is not with them 100% of the time, because we've seen how she'll leave that shelter door open while they're out there playing, and she's in there in the nasty room doing whatever she does. So, I don't know. That's all we got from her. Her fake vacation Bible school and her bike riding. So, let me know your thoughts. Why do you think she won't let these kids out of her sight? I swear I'm going to get to the bottom of this eventually, but let me know your thoughts.